Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make the best macaroni and cheese. This is a mix somewhere between old school mac and cheese, a little new wave mac and cheese. We're going to put our own spin on it. So if you want to learn how it's done, stay tuned. Starting you guys off with my ingredients here, rough measurements of course. I am going to start with my cheese. I have some mozzarella cheese, sharp cheddar cheese, and then also the 4-state cheese. With that, I have a little bit of cream cheese as well. I always buy Philadelphia brand. Trust me, thank me later. I also have some butter. I have 3 brown eggs. Here I have 2 cups of whole milk and I added a splash of heavy cream to it. Here I have a 16-ounce box of large macaroni noodles, elbow noodles. For a little added flavor, I have some sour cream and then also some Worcestershire sauce. For my spices here, I have some salt, some white pepper, some garlic powder, some paprika, some Creole Seasoning, a little bit of rubbed sage, and then also some onion powder. So first things first, I'm gonna turn my pot here on medium to high heat. And as it starts to warm up, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. Also gonna do a little thin drizzle of olive oil. And right in with that, I'm gonna add our pasta noodles. So to make the mac and cheese, I'm using this glass Pyrex pan and I am gonna do a little partial butter rub. So just kind of taking my little stick of butter, going all across the bottom, a little bit on the sides. As you can see, our noodles are getting a little larger. They are looking pretty good. I'm gonna leave them on for another minute and a half or so and then I will show you a noodle. Here, I'm gonna use my spoon and I have my knife here. I'm just gonna cut it. I'll cut it with the back of the knife so you guys can see exactly how it cuts. While we're waiting, I just added my noodles to a bowl here. Gonna go ahead and let a little butter melt with them. This is about 4 tablespoons. And I'm gonna go ahead and stir this in just to make sure that the noodles do not stick while we are waiting for the sauce to get ready. Now turning this pan on medium-high heat as well. I'm gonna go ahead and pour that milk that we had into the pot. We want our milk to warm up a little bit before we add the cheese. I'm gonna pour all of our cheese in. Actually, I didn't say this, but make sure that you do keep some cheese to sprinkle on the top of your dish because that'll help it with the crisp and like cheese layer that everybody goes crazy for. So before you add that whole bag of cheese, make sure you still have some left for the end of the recipe. Now the cheese, again, these are the 3 that I have and it is sharp cheddar cheese, 4-state cheese, and mozzarella cheese. And I'm gonna stir all of that together. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Mix that in. So as the sauce gets a little thicker, I'm gonna go ahead and add that cream cheese, as well as a little bit of sour cream. So now for spices, as I told you all, we're gonna go in with a little bit of paprika. Just a little bit because the spice is red, you don't want it to change the color of your macaroni and cheese too much. So just a little bit. We're gonna go in with some garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of salt, white pepper, rubbed sage, and the lightest bit of Creole seasoning. And stir that in. Now is the time to taste your sauce, see what you need to add. If it tastes good to you, it's time to put it in the pot. To mine, I'm deciding to add a little bit more heavy cream. And also salt. I also decided to just add a little dash here of Lowry seasoned salt. And to my pre-greased dish here, I'm gonna go in with a layer of my macaroni noodles and spread those out. Some of them are already slightly covered in cheese, but that's just because I was using the same spoon from our cheese sauce to stir them. So this layer, I don't really want to see any gaps in my pan. Now I'm gonna spoon in some of our cheese sauce. Until it is well covered. I'm gonna use my spoon just to stir it in here a little bit better. After stirring it in a little bit better, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more. To this layer, I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle in a little bit of that sharp cheddar cheese. That is enough for me, and we're gonna do the same thing, add another layer, add the sauce, mix it all in, and then I'll show you guys the top. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little mix of the sharp cheddar cheese again. Then also that mozzarella cheese. As an overview, this is how it's looking. So now I'm just gonna set my oven here on 350 degrees. Once it preheats all the way, I'm gonna cook my macaroni and cheese for 30 minutes. All right, you guys, this is my macaroni and cheese done halfway through. I'm gonna go ahead and put some foil on it and let it continue baking the rest of its time. I do want to create that cheese layer on top, so I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much use the rest of the cheese I have. Back into the oven it goes.